Right, hello again. So up till now, anybody can anonymously view the rows available in the website by navigating to the URL, rows admin index. So we need to authorize some role. Go to your controller, admin controller, roles admin controller, and before was admin controller class, and authorize roles is equal to admin. Now if you build a solution, try to open the index view again, the roles admin index. Okay. I forgot the password. Capital. So if you log in as your admin and password, should be directed to the list of roles. Use a local account to log in. Yep. And then you try to do rows next. Then it asks for an account. So how do we do that? Now we'll do displaying role details. Go to your controller, was admin controller, and you have to update the details method. And now the details method should become an asynchronous method. Now, an asynchronous method is something where a program can continue with other actions while an asynchronous task is running. So we make our details method like that. First add your using statements system.net. Then for asynchronous methods, we need threading. It used to be called as threading, and there are different threads running at different times. There could be parallel threads and all that. Okay, so these are the directives we are going to use. Then we're going to update the get method or details. This one, okay. So public async task action result details and string ID. if id is equal to null, return an error. TP code result. Status code result. Status code result, and return the status code for bad request, and then define a variable role which should wait for role manager. Find the ID by sync, and you pass your ID. Then get the list of users in this role, because up till now we don't have the users, and that's why the login failed, right? So we create a user variable and a list of application users we need to get. And then check what each of these is supposed to do. Then after doing this, we need to return the view. We have to show the view and get method set to users view bag dot user count is equal to users dot count, and then return view which is role view. Okay, so as I told you, this function, this method will continue while other actions are running. So isn't sync method and find by ID async are the key to this method. They're used to find a role by ID. If we find the ID, then it adds to the users in view bag, and with all the information it should be displayed. Now what we have to do, we should have, because we created this controller as empty or read write, we didn't have the razor attached with it, so we need to have a view, right, for this details function. So right click, add view, and there do I view. Yes, details template should be empty without model. Use a layout page. Okay, yeah, that's all. That should be checked. Right, so add these. Now I have to change many things here. First of all, we have to bring the model. Microsoft.ASP.NET.identity framework.identity role. Okay, then we change this to role details. and then this should be viewbag dot title with an @ sign. Okay, right. So there are other things that we have to create the div, display names, and many other things. So I've added the code, div added, and then these display names for model names, and then user count added, and then if the user is found, then we have to display it from the viewbag dot users, and that's it. Okay, right. So simple, and it displays the name of a row along with the list of users, right? So if we start the project without debugging and go to our rows admin index URL, so because the role is admin, you can see that it's working. Okay, and if you go to details, list of roles and users in this role is admin. Okay, so you authorize people to view that details page. Now if you can't see this authorization, something happens, just see if you're you can forcefully change your database in your web config, and change the name of your database, and so that it recreates itself, and it should work. Right, now I'm going to create a role. So for creating a role, add a view for get version of create method. So we'll go here. Where is your get method of create? Here we have get method of create. First of all, we'll add a view with it. Set the template to create. Yeah, this is create template. And model class to your role view model that we created. Did we create it or not? Oh, what did we create? Oops. Model, admin view model. And add role view model. And this should be blank. Both of these, and it should work, but it is not able to find my view model because it's an admin view model. Yeah. So this is admin view model, and then add. Now go to your this thing and view back title, make it create role, changes to head view model back dot title. And then class form horizontal HR, removing this form horizontal. So to update the HTTP post version, first you have to add few using statements in roles admin, which are, if they are not already there, you have to add view models dot view models. The other thing that we are going to add is Microsoft.ASP.NET identity dot entity framework. Okay, now go to your post create method, HTTP post. We have to insert a logic, but we have to create the whole method again. I'll just comment this one out. First of all, this is going to be again an asynchronous function. Then if model state is valid, you have to create a role, which is new identity role, and we have to take this role view model dot name and result is equal to it repeats on role manager dot create sync honest role if not role result succeeded. Then model state return in model state error. With that model error, just don't give anything, but you have to specify result dot errors okay, right. So the key method in this code is the call to role manager dot create async method, which attempts to create a new role based on identity role object, which is provided as a input parameter, right? So this method checks if role view model state is valid, and if it is valid, then creates a new identity role. Now we can test our new create method and view by starting the site without debugging and navigating to who's admin create. So we are here, create first one. This view. I had not input this admin view model, but we want to have this role view model here. So we have not written a few other stuff such as, so because we created our role view model, the create function did not have that these lines, so you should have all of these lines. It is something like that. So we create users role. The second role that we're going to create is users. Role name should have been here, user should be there, there should be a space, but these are other issues. Anyway, so we have this now. Okay. So I added a few more code here just to make the outlook better. So yeah, I'm not going to create another role at the moment. Now I'm going to fix some other issues with the navigation. So yeah, go back to list. Can't see something and this is here. I don't want it to be here. Let's see how we'll do that. So first of all, we'll go to so we'll go to views, shade, layout, and here we have navbar fixed top, right? So where is our body? Yeah, so there it is. They have navbar fixed top. We want to make it static top. Okay. This is just changing the CSS class which is in the list, in the file, right? So it should disappear. This will make the navbar disappear off the screen when scrolling and pushes the rest of the content down below it so that the rows heading test is now visible, which was not visible earlier. See, it was not visible earlier. So go back. The other thing that we want to do is we want to remove some padding. We'll go to content and we'll actually make changes to our site .css, and we have our body here. So with padding top, padding bottom, right? We'll just remove the padding top here. Okay, and the other thing that we are going to do is the width of the thing. So remove the top padding. We'll go to bootstrap.css. And here we'll look for media. I will just write. I think we should have minimum width is 1200 pixels. If it's 1200 pixels, then it should be, instead of 1170, make it 1300. But you are better, you are better in designing, so you can change it if you want to. You can change whatever design layout you want. Okay, so let's see the effect. I still don't like this padding removed, but it's not, it should be in one line, but I think my screen is small or something, or this is larger, so it's still coming here. It should have been coming there. Anyway, change my size CSS padding. I think top works fine for me. Right, I'm keeping the media thing. It's basically, we want to make navbar wide enough to accept all text and not wrap over 2 lines. But even when we are doing this with Bootstrap, it is not making any. So next thing what we are going to do is we have to edit a role, right? So for editing a role, we will go to the controllers, edit, get version of edit method. Here we are. Again, we'll create it in the asynchronous method. It should be similar to the details one. If id is equal to none, right? Similar to create one, and then add view. Again, we need view models, role view model, but somehow it's not coming for me. We'll select edit here, and we'll select, make it blank and see if it comes. Role view model doesn't come. If we try admin, what was that? Admin view model dot role view model, and then select these, and it doesn't add. Yeah, it adds admin view model, but not role view model. So we have to make most of the changes now. Such as here, we have to select role view model. The other things are here that we have to do. Let's change first here, edit role. At viewbank.title. Then right, so if you've created your view model from admin view model, you have to make these changes. Role view model, now bring this role view model and update the file to take inputs. Next, you have to do your role admin post version. I'm editing that. And then select role view model. So we cannot have role view model, we can have admin role view model here, or we can have role admin role view models directive in the file. So I'll just do that. Anyway, I'll just if model state is valid, or yeah. So we'll make these changes to the post method of edit, so that edit the rule can be changed. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to delete a role. Okay, so the steps will be same, most of the code will be same as well. So for checking purpose, I created this new role. I'm trying to edit it. So test1, change it, details, list of users in this role, no other users because we have not programmed it like that at the moment. Yeah, we have this one. Now we have to add users now. But next first of all, we want to delete him. So it won't work. We have to programmatically do it. Change get method to asynchronous. Just copy pasting, and I'll change few stuff, few things. Don't need this because we are not editing, right? Just deleting, and we are returning view role only. Okay. Again, we have to create a view, but this time we are creating with an empty without model. Okay, empty without model, layout page checked, and that's it. The other thing that we need to add here is small ASP.NET identity soft.ASP.identity.entity framework.identity role. Okay, that's what we want to add here. And there's some code that I will write, and just creating the view. So you can create it yourself or just creating for you. So just normal messages, if you want to delete or not to delete, and blah blah. So we'll try to delete this, the one that we created. Oops. Okay, so this one works. So when you press delete, nothing will happen because we haven't edited the post method. So now I'll edit the post method. And so I've added this code. Again, the key method call in delete confirm method is a call to role manager.delete async method, which takes an identity role object as an input parameter and then attempts to delete the role. The method is renamed as delete confirm because if the name was kept as delete, it would have the same signature as get version of the delete method. And then the compiler would not be able to differentiate between string ID, delete string ID. And the method has been prefixed with the action name delete so that when a HTTP post request is made to the target action, it actually targets this delete confirmed. So you can change the name of the method, but you have to give an action name delete here, right? So now if I go and debug it, okay, so it's deleted now. Next, we are going to create a basic admin controller in Vue because at the moment the website has no links to new roles admin controller, right? And it's associated with we don't have that. So we'll create an admin controller class. And without any model, it's empty, a simple one. And then name it as admin controller. Okay. Now it has CS file and index method, right? So for this index method, choose a view. It should be also empty, but it should have layout page and then add. Now it doesn't have this action links. So we need to add links to the index pages for product images, role admin, and user admin, right? So I'll add that code here. Now we have these action links. It should display good, all those links. But then you have to replace the manage images link to your shared view layout page and look for manage images. Now replace this one with, because manage images should be customized or should only be visible to the right person. not to everyone. Okay, now we have this. If we debug it now, not debug it, without debug, have that. So we have this admin. If we click here, we have manage images, roles, and oops, did I write manage images? Okay. So admin can manage images only. Admin can manage roles and admin can manage users. Okay. Next, we will add an authentication. So before this, we will see if request that has been made is authenticated, because we have already done the authentication portion, and user is in role of admin only then, so no one else can view this, can view that action link of admin. Okay, that action link is only visible to admins now. So if you need to perform more complex logic in commercial project to validate a user, then recommendation is to perform the logic in your controller classes and then set Boolean value in your view model where possible. But we are using pages generated by scaffolding. We have added the logic to check the user's role to the view file directly. Now if you click on log out link, and the admin link will not appear again. So I'll go back. I'll have to log in again and I forget my passwords. Right, so log off, and now there's no admin link here unless I go back and do the login thing. Anyway, users can still access the admin index page anonymously by entering admin URL. So prevent this by modifying the admin controller class. So we just created the class, and you know that if you want to put an authorization, what do? We do authorize roles is equal to admin only. So now no one can even put the URL in and view the admin. Now next thing is working with users.